What's up, guys? This is CRiMSoN, bringing you a commentary on Bailout using the SCAR-H with a red dot, and then later on going with an intervention with FMJ. Alright, so guys, I've been thinking and I've been doing a lot of editing. I'm now editing for IG, VR Trick Nation, OSOK Clan, OSOK Official, RZ Gaming, and a couple of new individuals. So I've got a lot of time on my hands. I've been very active in doing edits for them. I'm getting back into the swing of things because now I have Call of Duty Black Ops 2, so I'm now getting more and more active with IG. Now starting to participate in everything. So everything is going well so far, guys. Anyways, I'm going to start a new commentary series called CRiMSoN's Thoughts of COD. And basically I'm just going to talk about either the history of COD or what I like to talk about, what are the pros, what are the cons of COD, all throughout the years. And many of you may not have known, but COD kind of started on the GameCube console. I think it was Call of Duty Big Red 1 that really started it all, and then you had it on some of the original Xbox games. I believe there was maybe one or two, so maybe the original Xbox and then the GameCube really brought it out, and then of course Xbox 360. The biggest one would be COD 4. COD 4, it was fun, even though now there are plenty of hacks and infection lobbies and such like that, and you can't really get away from them in each match. But anyways, COD 4 started it all. Most people still say that COD 4 is the best Call of Duty there ever was, and for good reason too. Back then there was only 3 preset kill streaks: UAV, like an airstrike, and then a helicopter, an attack helicopter. So really, there was a lot of people like that game, and it brought out like all the sniper rifles, and that's where like 1v1ing came to be on shipment. I know one of my friends, M4OA3 Supremacy and M4OA3 Illusion, all those guys, they happened to go to my school, and I didn't really know them, but yeah, it was nice to know that someone really well known was living around in my area or whatever. So and that's the 1v1ing and everything like that, and hedge glitching, not so much trick shotting, but all that came into play in COD 4, which was, it sparked it all. It happened to be a great, and they had great maps too. I mean, decent maps. They got a Game of the Year back then, so I believe almost all the Call of Duties got Game of the Year when they came out, except for Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 just sucked. But anyways, going back to COD 4, I know one of my favorite weapons was the M4OA3 sniper rifle. I didn't really get into ACOG. I was just regular scope. Bandolier was great. Stopping power was great. And deep impact. Those 3 perks were outstanding. I mean, and back then you couldn't get them pro'd, so whatever you got is what you got. Sort of like Black Ops 2, how they did it. There's no pro perks, which is it's nice. There are some pros and cons to that. However, when MW2 came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this is a whole different Call of Duty than COD 4." Due to the fact that the multiplayer was different. They brought in I believe it was survival ops, I believe, yeah, and campaign. The campaign started off, it was still a great campaign, except for, I believe COD 4 was a little bit more storyline to it. Of course, like the Assassin's Creed's series, Assassin's Creed 1 was actually more story than anything else. But so was COD 4. I mean, nobody really wanted to play the campaign. Everybody wanted to be online against each other. So MW2, legendary for 1v1ing, and first time ever for trick shotting. Most people didn't really know it. When they found out about quickscoping, like they did on COD 4, they really put it to the test with 1v1s and game battles on the legendary maps of Rust, Scrapyard, and Terminal. Trick shotting was is still a big thing on MW2. I know a lot of FaZe members, so they still play on MW2. Not so much on Black Ops 2 anymore, but they are still going back to the MW2 and still rocking it and such, and getting these crazy cross map trick shots and crazy stuff like that. All right, so also MW2 brought out survival ops, where you were by yourself. You faced a bunch of bots. Basically, they were coming at you with it was sort of like a prerequisite to zombies, actually, where you have certain rounds. You also had sort of like dogs, but now we have hell dogs, and they're awful on Black Ops 2 and such like that. And wow, it's just crazy. But the real thing for MW2 was, of course, was the search and destroy. That's where all the trick shot and where all the quickscoping. That's where you really test your skills. Anyways, guys, kind of moving on. Then we have, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was either World at War or Black Ops. I'm just gonna go with World at War, because World at War started zombies. Alright, so anybody who's a zombie fan out there knows what I'm talking about. World at War was the bomb for zombies. Everybody was playing World at War just for zombies. And like COD 4, it still has more infections in it and such like that. So, yeah, zombies, definitely World at War. Then we go to Black Ops. Black Ops 1 sucked. Alright, guys, you couldn't quickscope unless you drag scoped, and you couldn't trick shot unless you absolutely could YY the heck out of each gun and such like that. And it was just awful. The game, the campaign brought more of a sort of like a World at War type deal, except for like jungle themes and such. Except for it had a lot better equipment, and it was more storyline to Vietnam, which is hasn't been touched on whatsoever. So Black Ops came to be so that, and it created a great storyline for that type of person, for Vietnam and Korea and some of the well-known terrorists back then, and just all the graphics stored in World at War. Or excuse me, Black Ops 1, all those cinematics and all those torture things, those things really happen, except for at least Treyarch actually put them as mild, so that, but Black Ops 2 is probably the best campaign out there. But let's move on to MW3. MW3 put a new twist on things. Your kill streaks were now put into either sort of like an offensive, a defensive, and then ones that you could have died multiple times all over, and you still kept your kill streak. So MW3 was a great thing to do, and they still had the good maps, such as Dome, for like 1v1s and such like that, and not so much trick shotting, because you could trick shot, but not very well. Alright, so guys, this game is really wrapping up. I get a nice little quick scope, little pistol switch at the end. Next time we're going to talk mainly about MW3 and Black Ops 2. So I hope you all enjoy this series, and tell me your thoughts on it.